What F1 regulatory changes affected suspension innovation? Imagine trying to build a better suspension system for a race car, only to find out the rules suddenly change. That's exactly what has happened in Formula One over the years. Regulatory rules are made to keep racing fair and safe, but they also push teams to get creative with suspension technology. When the rules change, teams have to rethink how their suspension systems work to stay competitive. Back in 2005, the FIA introduced new regulations on rear diffuser size and shape. This meant teams had to redesign how their rear suspension was packaged. Ferrari, for example, had to change their gearbox and rear suspension layout to fit within the new diffuser shape. This pushed teams to develop new suspension components that could work with the altered aerodynamics and still give good mechanical grip. In the same year, regulations on tire usage changed. Teams could no longer change tires during a race, which meant suspension setups had to be more durable and better at managing tire wear and temperature. They had to develop stiffer or more damping suspension systems to keep tires in optimal condition over longer stints. In 2017, the rules increased the width of the cars from 1,800 millimeters to 2,000 millimeters and widened the tires. This change allowed for more grip but also meant suspension geometry had to be adjusted. Teams worked on new suspension arms and layouts to make the most of the wider track and tires, improving handling and stability. In 2022, the FIA brought back ground effect aerodynamics, which changed how downforce is generated. Suspension systems now had to support the car's ride height and manage the increased aerodynamic loads without losing mechanical grip. This led to the development of more sophisticated suspension setups that could maintain a consistent ride height and handle the extra forces. Another big change was the ban on active suspension systems. These systems could automatically adjust ride height and damping during a race, but regulations now restrict such technology. Teams had to focus on passive suspension solutions, using better materials and clever geometry to improve handling and tire contact. The switch to 18-inch wheels in 2020 also impacted suspension design. The larger wheels changed tire stiffness and sidewall height, so teams had to develop new suspension damping and spring setups to keep the ride smooth and performance high. All these regulatory changes mean teams are always adapting. They develop new suspension geometries, use lighter and stiffer materials, and improve damping systems to stay ahead. It's a constant game of innovation within the rules. Suspension technology in Formula One is all about balancing aerodynamics, tire management, and mechanical grip, and rules changes keep pushing that boundary. Every new regulation is a chance to find a better way to make the car handle and perform at its best.